Never know which side.
On the right-hand side, which hands on his feet and legs. I want to welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Billy. I'll be taking you around Harambe Wildlife Reserve for your safety. I do ask that we please remain seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck. Make sure we supervise little ones. Little ones are more than welcome to sit on laps. That is absolutely cool with me. It will help them to see the animals a little bit better. But please, I do ask that you do not have them stand on your lap, stand on the row, or lift them up in the air. That's not safe. We'll be hitting some bumpy roads. So if you want them on your lap, that's cool, but just have them remain seated on your laps. If you're taking pictures and videos, have phones and cameras ready, but hold on to those items and anything else you don't want to lose, a hat, glasses, Mickey ears, Minnie ears. If it falls out over the truck, unfortunately, I cannot stop the truck and retrieve it. So please hold on to whatever you have. And then, as always, my friends, as we enter the home of these animals, I ask that all of us together remain respectful of the animals in their homes.
Y'all need to clean that up.
Now, this first area we've entered is Little Terry Forest. Over on the right-hand side is an okapi. The okapi is the only known relative, the cousin of the giraffes. They can weigh up to 700 pounds. They've got a very similar skull structure like their cousin, a little bit smaller in size though, but the okapi does have that striped pattern on their backside, but no relation to a zebra at all, as those booty stripes on them are their camouflage. Will help them to hide from predators, and hiding from predators is something that okapis do best, and they start doing when they're very young. A baby okapi won't go poo-poo pee-pee for the first 30 days of their life, so a predator cannot track their scent. The more you know, right? Now over here on our left-hand side, that is the black rhinoceros. The black rhino can weigh 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. Oh, he's peeing, look at that. Yeah. You don't want to get in the way of that splash zone at all. They can run up to 35 miles per hour. So they're pretty quick for that massive size. They're also a very territorial creature. And of all the subspecies of rhino, they're the most territorial. They enjoy the day spent all by themselves. Now here on our left, up at the top of the hill, the light brown antelope, those are called greater kudu. They are the second largest species of antelope on the reserve, 4 feet tall in the shoulders. 750 pounds. There's a copper-colored animal up there as well called bondo. They can weigh 500 pounds. It's actually licking that tree there. Sweet. They're known as ghosts of the forest because of how very rarely seen they are in the wild. And there's also the big black and white birds that some of you might have seen as well. Those are saddle-billed stork. They can stand 4 feet tall with a wingspan 9 feet wide. Now, just to give you an idea of how wide that is, just think from side to side of this truck. That's usually how far their wingspan can go. Now we have left the Terry Forest and we're making our way into Safi River. Now we will see more, but if you're on the right, you might get your first glimpse over there in the corner of the Nile hippopotamus back there. Now if you can't see them, again, don't worry. We're going to see more here and a lot more in just a second. Over on the right, there's also pink-backed pelicans. They've got a wingspan 6 feet wide as well. They get their name pink-backed during the mating seasons. Their backs and the skin on their back and their feathers turn a very light shade of pink. Now here on our left is a great look at some Nile hippopotamus. Now, hippos can weigh around 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. And we know them for living out here in these watery areas. But two important things to remember is one, the hippo, they cannot swim at all. They're too heavy. They don't float. They sink down to the bottom of the water. So instead of swimming, they walk along the bottom of the riverbanks. And two is they cannot breathe under the water. They close up their nostrils and hold their breath for 5 to 7 minutes at a time before they have to come back up to the top of the water to take a breath. Now, if you know animals that live under the water, oh, there's another hippo, then you would know that there's a distant cousin of the hippo that holds their breath under the water and comes up to the top to take a breath as well, and that is the whale. There on our left, there's some Nile crocodile.
Oh my God, Mom.
Yeah, whatever.
A Nile crocodile will 14 feet in length and weigh 500 to 1,000 pounds. The largest species of crocodilian in Africa. They eat about once a week in the wild, and within every single feeding, the Nile crocodile can eat up to half of their own body weight. So we are slowing down from whatever was blocking the road. Hopefully won't keep us slowed down for too long, but we are on our way to the next area known as the savannah. Now the savannah is a great place for us to hopefully find lots of different animals, and while we're out here today, we'll be looking for animals like giraffes, elephants, cheetahs, lions, just to name a few. So let's head on out there and let's see what animals we can find out here in the savannah today.
Okay. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, girl.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. Hi.
This looks really natural. This is all pretty much 99.9% man. So as you see here on the trees, you can see the chains that are wrapped around the trees.
That go giraffe there.
Now a lot of these trees that
When we over there by that tree, we gonna get closer to it.
Can't hear you.
And obviously they've grown over the years as well. But safari owners have made a lot of they've been small.
That go giraffe. Yeah. I mean zebra or giraffe.
Alright, so looks like we're going to see quite a few animals out here. I see zebra and collie cattle, giraffe, so we're going to have a good time out here. Now over on our left, all the way in the back, we'll pull up, we'll see it a little bit better. Pretty cool to see it walking around. Oh yeah, usually we're not this lucky. She has been walking around and being curious all day long, so we are very lucky today. And this is the spotted hyena. Now, if some of you are wondering why are we so lucky, it's because hyenas are a nocturnal animal, more active at the nighttime. Usually when they're out here during the daytime, they are just passed out cold. So pretty cool that we're able to see her walking around.
There's a bird.
Now the hyena, though it does look like a puppy dog, they are not in the canine family. The hyena is in their own breed of animal, which is known as Hyenidae. So they look like a dog, but they are not, I promise. Over on our left, those are sable antelope, emblem of our reserve. Brave and resilient creature. Most antelope avoid confrontation. Sables take that confrontation head on, using the 2-foot-long horns they've got, which are razor sharp at the tip, to protect themselves. Now, zebras on the right, and Collie cattle on the left. And Collie cattle have these beautiful horns on the top of their head, which can grow 4 feet in length. They're very hollow on the inside. Made out of a honeycomb structure filled with blood vessels and nerves. And while they look gigantically heavy, they only weigh about 5 pounds each. Which is really cool because, which is why my job is so awesome. We once had a keeper bring us a horn to hold from an Ankoli cattle that had passed on quite a few years ago. They kept the horn around for educational purposes. I was able to hold one in my hands, and it is actually about 5 pounds or so. So it is pretty cool. So I get to say that and know it's true. Now over on the right, those are the Hartman's Mountain zebras. Don't want to forget about them. Now zebras are known for their stripe patterns. And no 2 stripe patterns are ever the same on them. Each one's unique and different in just them. Like your fingerprints are different in just you. Group of zebras. It's called the tassel. Now I promise what I said before, most of what I'm saying is true. It is absolutely true. But a lot of people do not believe me that their horns are about 5 pounds each. But I have held one. It is that light. Now we are slowing down here, so I'm guessing this is the reason that we were hitting a little bit of slowness before. The giraffe is standing right in front of that truck. No, not really. So you either wait, or we wait for so long that we call the animal keepers, and then they'll try and get the giraffes out of the road with some food. Usually the positive reinforcement of snacks gets them out of the road, but sometimes that can take 20, 30 minutes. Other times that can take 2 minutes. Depends on how the giraffe is feeling. Now before I do talk about giraffes as well, some of you may have seen them as we were turning the corner. There's some wildebeests out there as well. A group of wildebeests are known as a confusion. Within a confusion holds 100 to 1,000 wildebeest. But great look at all these giraffes, everybody, and they are the tallest land animal in the entire world, 18 to 20 feet tall. They've got their long necks and long tongues as well. They grow 16 inches long. And they'll use those tongues to eat up to 20 hours of the day. They sleep around 30 minutes to 2 hours, and they'll break those up into tiny naps of 2 to 5 minutes at a time. A group of giraffes, like we've seen out here today, blocking the road, that is known as a tower. Tower of giraffes. Well, my friends, we have got more savannah to go through, so let's keep moving and grooving here. We're going to head on over to the next area known as Monkey Point and Elephant Country.
I think that's to let them know.
Now, I do see an elephant a little bit further back, so we're going to position ourselves a little bit better to get a look at him. And this is also Monkey Point. Usually mandrills live over on our left, but I'll be honest, I've seen, yeah, exactly, just like that. They're walking around in the back. I have not gotten one good look at them this morning. I haven't gotten really a good look at them all this morning, and I've been here since 6:30, so they've just been hiding in the back. But that's okay. We got the elephant coming up here on the right that you guys are going to see. Now this one is a male. The males can weigh up to 11 to 13,000 pounds. The female's a little less in the weight class. They weigh 7 to 9,000. They eat 300 pounds of vegetation every single day. What the elephant consumes in just a single day is equivalent to what the human eats in an entire year. Now you might see him one more time on the right, but hopefully he is not the only elephant that we see today. We're actually going now further into elephant country to try and see if we can find more elephants. So let's head on over that way. Well, from here, my friends, I can see at least 4 more elephants. The elephants are very well known for having that long trunk on them. And their trunk has no bones in it, made up of all muscles. Inside of that trunk holds up to 40,000 muscles alone. And if you don't think that's a lot, the best way to put it is the human body, your body, those only have 650 muscles in total. Now throwing lots of muddy water all over their bodies right now. And not only is that going to keep them cool on a warm day like today, an elephant has very sensitive skin. Just like you and I, they do run the risk of getting a sunburn. So that's also going to act as a natural sunscreen for the elephants on this warm day that we're going to have. But also another thing that elephants like to do is flap their ears. The reason for it is because they have blood vessels in the back of their ears. And by flapping, they create air currents over their blood vessels, which will drop their body temperature by 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you've ever seen an elephant flap their ears, promise you they're not trying to fly away. You gotta go to the Magic Kingdom for that. They're just trying to cool themselves down.
There's a person in there.
Now here on our left are the greater flamingo, largest and lightest pink of flamingo species in Africa. When they're born, flamingos are born a little gray ball of fluff. Takes them up to a year to reach their full size.
In the water.
But for that pink coloring, that does not happen overnight. They can take a flamingo anywhere between 2 and 3 years to go from completely gray when they're born to completely pink. Now also here on our left are the white rhinoceros. We're going to pull a little bit closer here. We'll take another stop so you can get a great picture of them. And the white rhinos can weigh 5 to up to 6,000 pounds. A group of them is known as a crash. They have poor eyesight, these animals. They only see about 10 to 15 feet in front of them. They've got incredible senses, though, of smell and hearing that will make up for it. The best way you can tell that they're listening closely to their surroundings as they relax is the wiggling of those ears. That means that they're keeping close tabs on all the sounds happening around. Now, it's laying down flat, but still, you can see it there, right in the middle. That is the cheetah.
Where? Oh,
One of the fastest land mammals in the entire world. 65 miles per hour in 3 seconds. Guinness Book of World Records has clocked a cheetah at going 72 miles per hour. Now we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, because here in this second yard on our left, there's one walking around all the way to the left, and then there's another one all the way in that top right corner taking a little nap. But yeah, 65 miles per hour is what the cheetah averages at with their speed. But they only maintain it for 1 to 200 yards before they slow down. They get tired quickly because when they run, their body temperature rises, excuse me, all the way to 118 degrees Fahrenheit. It takes them 45 minutes of sleeping and relaxing before they run that quick speed again. On our left, this is a set of Kobe rocks, which is the home of the lions. Up here at the very front is the male lion. I think the female is behind them. No, okay, she is. But a quick stop here so you can see his sleepy face before we just see his good side. The male has that beautiful mane around his neck that can go up to 25 pounds heavy. Now he is large and powerful. His roar can be heard from 5 miles away, but when it comes to the hunting, that is the job done by the lioness that you see above him, the females. The men may join in the hunt from time to time, but mostly it is done by the girls, and the males stay at home, protect the land, protect the prize. They do sleep 18 to 20 hours of the day, saving energy, and it is vital for them in preparation for their hunts, because out of every 12 animals that they'll run down for a stack, most times they're successful once, maybe twice. So saving energy is very important. Now, as we pull on up here, I'll go slowly because they're pretty close to the road, actually. These are the ostrich. On the right, the largest and fastest birds in the entire world. They stand about 8 feet tall. They weigh 300 pounds. And they can run up to 40 miles per hour. And then, I don't know if you guys can see, this is a real test. To the left, can anybody pick out the 3 warthogs that are kind of cuddled up over there? They look like big hairy rocks, yeah. You can kind of see them a little bit. They just blend in super well. Yeah, the warthogs, even though they were out in the open, the way that they were laying and back to back to back made them very difficult to see. That's okay. So we have made our way into the last area called Magadi Glen, home to the Warden's Post. It's also home to the Nigerian dwarf goats that you see over here. This is a great reminder for you, my friends, that if you head over to Rafiki's Planet Watch today, it's an area known as Affection Section there, which is the petting zoo where you can go and pet some sheep and goats. So if you're looking to give some animals some love today, Rafiki's, the Affection Section, is your place to do. As we leave Magadi Glen, that is it. The time on the reserve has come to its end. Now, hopefully you all saw a couple animals that you were hoping to see out here today. Maybe you got to see an animal and learn something new about it that you've never seen before. But always remember,